Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Court Farms Country Park, and this is episode 18 of my Let's Play series. So I hope you're all doing good and having a nice day. We are here, this is the last day in September and we have a colossal amount of work to get done today. Onwards from the last episode we harvested this, we got the straw out of this field, sorry. This was a field of barley. This needs a whole wealth of work doing, it needs to be mulched and cultivated on top of that, and so that I can run my my non-direct seeder, and it also obviously needs lime, etc, etc, etc. But we also have other fields as well that need the same work doing. If I just pop into the menu here, right, so we're here in field 57. This needs all that work doing. Where are we? Let's go to growth. This field here has our canola in. This field needs working on, this field needs working on, this field needs working on, and this field needs working on, as they all have, they now have nothing in. Now, we purchased this field in this 2 episodes ago. Now, it is essentially ready to go, but as you can see, it's got stones in, as does this one. This is the one we harvested in the soybean field that we harvested in the last episode. Both of these have stones in, so they both need to have the stones removed. What I plan on doing is potentially having my front-mounted stone picker and the mulcher both running at the same time on the same tractor. That's the idea with that, so I can get 2 jobs done in one. And then obviously, essentially we'll work this field again from scratch. So we'll stone pick it, we'll run the mulcher, we'll coat it with lime. It does have some lime in it, but I don't think it's enough, so it needs another topping up, as it were. This field obviously needs lime. So yeah, we've got essentially it's field prep today. That's the word of the day, or the words of the day. So yeah, a beautiful day here on Court Farms. Now, also onwards from the last episode where I was a complete tool yet again. I seem to be very, very good at being a tool. I mentioned that I was very interested in placing bees and chickens. Now, it was one of these really, really silly mistakes. As I've said several times in the past, I've played this game for essentially years now, since the beginning of FS19. You can just see my chicken pen there on the other side of the cow barn. And some bees. So, yeah, it was the silly mistake in that in order to see where the spawn point is for placeables, you have to have the interactive zone markers on. Now, of course, I knew this. I've known this for forever. But it's just one of those really silly things that because I was recording and making a video, so my mind is concentrating on other things at the same time, I didn't have the interactive zone markers on. So when I was trying to place this down, or find places suitable to place it down, I couldn't figure out where the spawn point was, because I didn't have the zone markers on. So, done that now, and I have placed them here. Now, it's actually worked out quite well. I've got 20 chickens. They have been fed with a little bit of the barley that we harvested in 2 episodes ago. They take about 1,200 litres, so they're very minimal impact on our grain in the silo. So we'll keep a chunk of that back to keep them fed over the coming months. But yeah, chickens, another income stream when they start producing eggs. They are all 6 months old. Oh, there we go. We've got some eggs already. We'll bring up the menu very quickly. How many's there? 31 pieces of eggs. That's a... yeah, okay. But yeah, we're in the second day of December, our last day of... sorry, September. I placed them yesterday. It was essentially the same day as the previous episode. So I've just obviously gone to sleep, woken up this morning, and they have produced us a small pallet of eggs so far. So that's all good. I have also placed down 4 beehives. We have 2 here, and we have 2 just over here next to this field, field 109. I placed them, just see them there in the near distance there. Popped a couple there. Now, I know that the bees do help with the yield of a handful of crops. They help with the yield of sunflowers, canola, and potatoes, I think. So we do have a field of canola, this field over here, field 59, this is canola, I think. Should know that, shouldn't I? Yeah, this one, canola. So I'm pretty sure the bees are still within a reasonable radius of essentially increasing the yield for this field, so that's all good. And they have also already, overnight, produced us a little bit of honey. So I shall go and show you very quickly where I have placed the bee honey pallet spawn point, and it's a wonderful little mod. It's not the particularly boring just the yellow grid that you place on the floor. It's this one, and I have Mrs. SimGamer to thank for introducing me to this. We have this on our Purbeck map that we play together, and I've placed it in here out the rain, and they've already started producing us some honey. So we have a 400 litre pallet there. Unfortunately, I have the liftable pallets mod on, so I can lift this up myself. So we have 400. We've got 630 litres of honey already being produced, so that's all good. I'm very happy with that. Busy bees, as it were. So yeah, we need to crack on with our field work now. The cows they need to be mucked out a little bit there. And this was a comment that was put to me in the comments of one of the previous videos regarding the pace that our animals eat at. Now the sheep really don't seem to go through their food very quickly at all. I've had these guys now for what feels like at least a couple of months. I topped them up 2 episodes ago, I think. It might have even been 3 episodes ago. And they've only made a very, very minimal dent in their total of food, which, I mean, it's 50-50, isn't it? It's kind of handy because it means they're particularly low maintenance. But at the same time, realism-wise, you'd expect to be feeding them a bit more often. But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. They're producing wool for us. They seem happy enough. And they've got plenty of food and plenty of water. So until that food and water total starts to drop significantly, I guess I can just leave them to it. In fact, while we're here, there's a wall there. They have produced. We have 3,439 litres of wool, so that's good. Now, obviously, as I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, I have it priced per tonne. So, in order to get that tonne, we need at least 10 of these pallets spawned. So, again, we can just leave them to it. Let them crack on with their sheepy business, as it were. Let's just have a quick wander round to the lettuce tunnels. See how we're doing here. We have... Now, I think these might actually just hold 2 at a time. 500 litres, 500 litres. If I move that out the way, is that going to spawn? Yes, it does. There we go. Okay. Right, so that's something we need to tend to at some point soon. If I just pull that out the way, is that going to spawn another one for us? Maybe. I'll pull them forward a bit just to maybe hurry it up, and then at some point in the near future, we will make a pilgrimage to the local highest paying lettuce sell point. Make a few quid from them. Seems some of them are, but some of them aren't. Respawning, I mean. Oh no, there we go. Maybe it just takes a few seconds, but... Right, okay. So... That's all good. We shall fill a trailer up with those at some point. But, as I said, we need to... the important thing of today is to crack on with our field prep. So, please let me know what you think of the placement of my animals. I did ponder over the idea of popping the chickens here. I did actually place them here as a test, and had the chickens roaming around this area here. But I know they don't have collisions, and obviously just being a sucker for even the remotest aspect of realism, I didn't fancy the idea of driving through and over and on my chickens repeatedly as I was coming in and out of my nice shiny new workshop. So I've placed them here out the way. Now I know my auto drive network does. I need to amend it actually, which I haven't done yet. Initially, this area here was part of an entrance to get the machines to this field, but I'm going to have a rethink with that and just move it to a different area. Maybe just have it coming down here straight away and just into the field here, just avoiding the chickens as best as possible. So, anyway, right. Enough of my mouth. Rabbited enough already, so let's jump in and tractor. I think we shall use this fence here today. I know both of the fence have got... I think they have, actually. This one's got front PTO. No, it doesn't, actually. Oh, forgive me. No, it doesn't have a front PTO, so this is our only double PTO machine. Although I think this could run the stone picker on the front, because I don't think the stone picker requires a PTO, it just requires the cables. But again, I don't actually know if this one would do that. Oh, that's something to test, I think. But for now, we shall make do with the OG Fent. I will need to drop the weight off it, actually, so let's just pop that out the front here for now. Drop that down there. There we go. Right, so we want the stone picker and we want the mulcher. And we've got 2 fields to choose from to start with. I think, to be honest, we're going to start with the field we haven't been in yet, field 91, I think it is. So let's hook this up. There we go. Cables. Yeah, it's not... Yeah, it doesn't need a PTO, does it? Let's lift that up. Just back straight in and pick up the mulcher. There we go. Up you get. Right. Ooh, excuse me. Righto, so I shall get us round to field 91, I think it is. I shall see you in a few moments. Right, here we are. It's field 92 this, sorry, not 91. 91's the soybeans that we did in the last episode. So, now I am running this on courseplay, as I do like to do. But as you can see, we've got the stone picker on the front and we've got the mulcher on the back. Now the course that I've set up is entirely set around the stone picker because that's the narrowest implement we have, and to make sure that it picks up all of the stones and doesn't miss any bits. That's the course that we're running on essentially. So it is going to take longer than normal because it is only 2.7 meters wide. But I do want to get the stones out of the field. In fact, oops, just need to get this gate shut actually, don't I? There we go, just in time. Look at that. So yeah, this is going to take about an hour according to courseplay. If I just bring up the menu there, 56 minutes. So we're going to crack on and get this job done off camera, as it were. And yes, I know the field was essentially okay to start off with, but obviously with it having stones in it, yes, it was in a cultivated state, but which we're going to have to redo. But I don't mind. We need to bring the field up to tip-top condition, which it wasn't. It needed more lime. It needed the stones removing. So it's all good as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, we're going to get this job done, and I shall pick you all back up in a wee while, in essentially about 56 minutes, when it's done. See what I mean about silly mistakes that you do when you're just not thinking? Don't need the mulcher in this, do I? So let's just pull that to a stop there for a second or two. Let's fold that up. You see, my mind was going, oh, everything just needs mulching. It doesn't need mulching. This doesn't need mulching. If I pop into the field here, the purple around the outside that you see, the little rim that it's made around the edge of the field, that's the grass that it's mulched there. That's obviously not important to us right now. So, there's that. You carry on as you are. Nearest waypoint. Yeah. Off you go. Thank you. There we go. And let's get this big lad in the field. Get that mulcher picked up. And I think what we can do, save ourselves a bit of time and save standing around doing nothing. Get that picked up. There we go. I think I should be able to run this one in the field we harvested in the second to last episode, the big field, our big field. Although see, this one needs mulching and stone picking. This one here, but not 92. So, right, let's think about this now. Let's not make a silly mistake. This one needs mulching. It doesn't have stones in. By the time this one's finished, we might be able to get this one mulched. So, let's go do that. All it would have taken me was an extra 10 or 15 seconds of thinking, wouldn't it? To have not made that mistake, so apologies everybody. At least I picked up on it, I suppose. Right. Let's get ourselves into our big field here. Go. Excellent stuff. Right. Let's mulch. I think I'm going to pop this into a cinematic, so I shall see you all in a wee while.
Went for a walk with the stars last night. Did not believe that I would end up right. Lucky endings were not something for me. I drove around all across the land. Thought that I was caught in a one-man band, but playing all those sad and lonely songs. My faith was lost, my hope was gone. My dreams were shattered and I was done. I was roaming down the street in my weary feet, and then you came along with the love so strong. You took me out of the cold into the fire. You're picking me up when I'm down on the ground. Whenever I'm low, you are lifting me higher. And when I am lost, you make sure that I'm found. Out of the cold into the fire. Out of the cold into the fire. This is too good for a man like me, be treated by someone so tenderly. I'm afraid that I might wake up someday. Sometimes I feel like I'm someone else. I don't really know if I can trust myself. When I think of who I used to be, my faith was lost, my hope was gone.
Right, that's that field done. So we're now going to go straight into field 91 now and get that one mulched. Now that is obviously that's got stones in it as well, and we need to get those out. But obviously putting more than 4 seconds thought into something and doing things the correct way. That field is freshly harvested. That's the one we harvested the soybeans from. So that does need mulching, but if I was to run the stone picker in there first and pick out the stones, that will leave the field in a cultivated state, completely negating the need to mulch. So I am going to we've got the old fent there that's finished in field 92. Let's just have a quick pop in there and I'll show you. There we go. So that's all freshly stone picked, and obviously the stone picker leaves the field in a cultivated state, so I am going to take advantage of that now. Ordinarily I'd like to not do that, and yes, if I ran the stone picker and I needed to cultivate afterwards, I probably would, just for the sake of doing things in a reasonably correct fashion. But as we have such a large amount of work to get done, I'm just going to let that be for now. So yeah, we're going to get the mulcher ran in here, get it mulched under, and then get the stones picked out, leaving it in a cultivated state so that I can then run the seeder. Because obviously, as you may well remember from the last episode, my new seeder is not a direct seeder, so it has to have a cultivated state. I can't drill into a mulched or freshly harvested field. So, right. Drop that down, and we shall crack on and get this one done. Hopefully it won't take too long, because it's not really that big, and the mulcher is a reasonable width, so yeah, hopefully not too long at all. So, see you all shortly. Right. What a palaver this is turning out to be. So, firstly, factually incorrect statement number 207 corrected. I can drill with my seeder into a mulched field. It's the stone picker will not pick stones out of a mulched field, which is quite frustrating. So as you can see, I'm now very quickly, it's only going to take about, well, it says it's only going to take in total about 22 minutes. I'm running the cultivator in the field, in this field here. This is field, I always forget the numbers, 91. We ran the mulcher in here, which has turned it to this state. The field state didn't actually properly change, to be honest, although it did change on the PDA on the map. It was highlighting this field as completely mulched, but still completely full of stones. I then ran the stone picker in here, but it did absolutely nothing. It didn't change the surface texture of the field, and it didn't pick up a single stone. So, and I actually encountered this, myself and Mrs. Sim Gamer encountered this in our Purbeck series very recently, in that we tried to run a stone picker, a different stone picker, in a field that had just been harvested. It was a field that we'd purchased that came with a harvestable crop. We ran the harvester, harvested the crop, and then ran the stone picker, and it didn't do anything, so we then had to cultivate the field first in order for the stone picker to be able to get the stones, which is a bit weird. It doesn't seem to make sense to me. If there's stones in the field, the stone picker should pick them up, but it doesn't. What can I do? So this is what I've got to do. So I have in the short term, I have also ran the cultivator on top of the stone picked stroke cultivated field here, so it's now got a nice seed bed texture down. So this is ready to be drilled. This is ready to be drilled. That's growing. This field 57 has been mulched. If I go to here, there, it's been completely mulched. There's no stones in there at all, so this one now should be ready to drill straight into. And this field here is now being cultivated, so you can see the stubble tillage texture down. So that would be ready to drill. But then I needed to get the stones out, and I have run a quick test. This little tiny patch here is the stone picker. It now actually seems to do anything because it changes the field texture. I can only assume that when it gets to a pile of stones, it's going to pick them up. So that's what I've got to do now. So I'm just waiting for this, waiting for the fent to run to finish with the cultivator. Then we're going to get the stone picker in here, get all the stones out of here, and then I shall pick you all back up when we are ready to get drilling. So hopefully this is going to take about 10 minutes to finish, and the stone picker will probably take about half an hour. But obviously for you guys it will be a matter of seconds, a quick fade out and fade into a new clip, and I shall see you all as soon as possible. Honestly, do you know what? Part of me's kind of regretting getting hold of that seeder now, thinking it was all big and clever. Selling the direct seeder that I had just to get a wider one that doesn't actually do direct seeding. Turns out I am going to have to run the cultivator in this field as well. This is now in a mulch state, as you know, we've just done that, but I've just ran the seeder in here just to test, and it doesn't do a damn thing, so I'm going to have to run the cultivator in here. It would seem that if I go into the PDA, the seeder will only do anything on either I'm assuming a cultivated, a stubble tillage, which is this texture here, this colour, or a seedbed texture finish colour, this one here. And this has nothing, so the seeder doesn't recognise it as able to drill, so I'm going to have to run the little 5-harrow lizard cultivator that's running at the minute. I don't know what texture this will turn it into. I think it might turn it into a stubble tillage, which is this one. But I've got to do that. So it's running in field 91 at the minute. So we're going to get that done in there. We're going to send it straight over here and get this one done as well, which is going to take a little bit longer with it being quite a big field. But when I've got that done, or when I've got the cultivator running in this field, I'm then going to jump in the big fence, which is currently hooked up to the seeder with a full hopper of seed, and we're going to get working in fields 91 and 92 and get something drilled in there so that at least we can progress a bit further. And then at least I suppose I've got a bit of a better understanding of the correct procedure when it comes to drilling after a mulching. So yeah, so this is all full and ready to go. What I am actually going to do, it's a crop that I know has been on this map since the start, rye. For some reason, it just missed my eye when I was scrolling down. When you go to the different crops here, yeah, directly below linseed there, we've got rye as well, and it seems to be priced roughly about the same as linseed and wheat and barley when it comes to the what you can get at best price. So, yeah, and I've never done rye before, so I'm going to, I think, yeah, in at least one of the two fields that over here that we're working on, 91 or 92, I'm going to stick a field of rye in there and see how that goes. So, yeah, again, just another quick update. I feel like I need to apologise just for the faffing about, as it were, just getting my my noodle around the proper understanding of drilling after a mulching. Whether it's particular to this seeder or not, I don't know. As I said, part of me does kind of regret getting rid of the direct seeder, although it would have taken ages to get that big field drilled, I get that, but yeah, anyway, right, so let's get done, and I shall pick you back up when we're in one of the two fields with this great thing here, and we're getting our crop into the ground. Hello everyone, all done. Well, when I say all done, fields are now prepped, ready for drilling, all of them. We've got 5 fields to drill, and we've actually got 5 separate crops that we can drill in. So we're going to start on the left here with field 91. And in this field we are going to put some rye. As you can see, I've also flung a load of lime everywhere. Let me just jump out very quickly. I've got this field limed. I've also got 92 here limed. This one's all ready to go as well. And I've also done the same in 57, the big field. So everything is now absolutely, definitely, 100% ready to drill. So we are going to, I think I'm going to put rye in this field. We're going to put linseed in that field there. And we're going to put wheat, barley and oats in the 3 other fields. Now I might leave the big field, field 57, till the next episode and get that done separately. Because we also now need to run the fertilizer spreader separately as well. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this field 92 over there, and if I pop into the menu here very quickly, we're going to put this field, this field, this field, and this field into a bit of a cinematic montage. I'm going to put rye in this one, linseed in this one, and we're going to put... Now we had oat in this field last, so I think I'll put wheat or barley in this one. We'll put wheat or barley in this one, and possibly oats in this one, with it being the biggest and with oats being the most valuable of the crops when it comes to sell time. might do that. So that's essentially where my mind is. But I'm going to put this field, this field, this field, and this field into into the cinematic montage. Yeah, and get going like that. So let's turn on. Oh, let's not do that. Let's jump out. Right, turn on, and off we go.
What you're putting in, all your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring?
Right, there we go, all drilled. Well, almost all drilled. The big field 57, we're going to leave that for the next episode. I'm going to put oats in that one. But we have drilled rye, linseed, wheat, and in this one, barley. So we have considered crop rotation, as it were. I have whatever has been drilled into fields, which hasn't been in that field previously. So if I jump into the PDA here, there we go. So field 91 is rye, field 92 is linseed, field 109 is wheat. Obviously we've got the canola growing in field 59, and this one here, which is home farm field 1, that is barley, and this one's going to be out in the next episode. So all fields need rolling. A couple of them do say that weeds are growing in them, so we're going to have to do both of those jobs. I may get those jobs done off camera between episodes, just to get the fields boxed off, as it were, and so that we can crack on with the drilling, rolling, and potential weeding of field 57 in the next episode, and anything else that comes our way. So yeah, quite happy with that, to be honest. We've got a good variation of crops on the farm now. We have, just a quick update, I'll run into our commodity price menu here. So we've got 52 tons of barley sitting in the silo. We've got just over 25.5 tons of oats. We've got 13.7 tons of soybeans, and a bit further down here we have a tonnage of linseed, 27.6 tons. So that's awesome. So we've got, as I said in one of the last episodes, December of this year is going to be a pretty fruitful month, because most of those crops are top dollar in December. So that's brilliant. Looking forward to that. But before we get there, we've still got some work to do. As always on a farm, there's always something to do. I do love these chickens. I love when you see them dart. There's occasionally there you go. I've got to go over here. There's something to do over here very quickly. Come. Off he goes. Brilliant. Right. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to call it here for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it and found it a little bit of fun and interesting. If you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I do things, then please consider hitting that subscribe button and giving the video a like. And if you fancy, leave me a comment if you've got any suggestions or ideas for me. I greatly appreciate every one of them, and I love reading them. As I've said in the last couple of episodes, I have recently become a Giants partner, so if any of you are in the market for a DLC or an add-on or even the game itself, and you fancy helping a content creator out, there will be a handful of links in the video description below for all of the various add-ons and DLC packs and even the full game. So, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode.